Hello, my beautiful, amazing, dope ass souls. It's your girl, Tina Marie J. It's been a while since I've done that. I'm in a pretty good mood today. I'm in a pretty good mood. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're safe. I hope that your family is well and safe. And if any of you out there are listening or sick, then all prayers go out to you. I hope that you get better, get well soon. My family, thankfully, we're all doing good. So before I even get started, down below, I have here on the screen, my other channel is called I'm Tina Marie J. So make sure you're following that channel, because on that channel, I'm going to be talking about everything I do not talk about on this channel. On that channel, I have videos relating to topics specifically for women, definitely for women, but men, you're more than welcome to come along as well. But on that channel, I speak about relationships, marriage, some little story times. I have like so many story times I could tell you guys, like experiences is crazy. And I'm also going to be talking about psychedelic experiences as well, and sharing some commentary on different things that I see here on YouTube and probably even in real life, stuff that I usually try to keep to myself. But let me tell you, the stuff that you see on YouTube is a bit crazy. It be making you want to say something. All right, so make sure you check it out over there. But this video is a bit different. So for this video here, I'm not going to be talking about anyone who is a celebrity, like how I spoke about Megan Good, which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, that's one of my most recent videos. I spoke about Megan Good getting a divorce from her Christian husband, who's also a pastor. And so make sure you check that out. I have fun making that video. But this video is actually inspired by a woman here on YouTube, and her name is Lives Life. And I don't know, those of you who follow me on here for my religious topic videos, y'all probably don't even know who I'm talking about. But I feel like this is something, a good lesson for us all to know, whether you do YouTube or you don't do YouTube. I feel like, all right, first, let me start with this. She's a mommy vlogger, and there's like a whole reactor sector that basically reacts to her and all of the stuff that she does, right? She does a lot of really effed up stuff. So, as my title says, the energy you put out is what you'll receive. Women, own your shit. So, yes, I am speaking specifically for my ladies. This is the thing. This woman doesn't own her shit. And this is not me trying to speak ill on anybody. This is not me trying to bash or women hate or anything like that. This is just me speaking the same truth I would speak to her face. If I was to see her face to face, I would tell her the same shit. Like, it would be no different. As women, we need to learn to own our own shit. And this is something I learned last year, 2021. A lot of you guys know that I've had a very, very, very rocky marriage. I share some of it, a little bit of my a little bit of my experiences here on the channel, and also on my other channel, which I'm Tina Marie J. That's down below. I share it on there too. So one thing I learned as a woman, a mom, and a wife is that I have to definitely own my shit. I have no problem taking accountability and owning up to stuff, but there's some really hard stuff that is kind of difficult and challenging to own up to. And this woman lives life on YouTube. She doesn't own anything. And it's very clear and evident. You could tell when someone's owning their shit and when someone's not. And it's a very entitled kind of mentality, having like this mentality of entitlement, because you're a mom, because you're a woman, you don't have to own anything. It's I'm the mom, I'm the mom, I'm the woman. And that's not true, because you know what? We as moms make mistakes too. So apparently this woman lost custody of her 3 kids to her husband, who she is divorcing. They used to have like a whole family channel. And she's like going through it right now. Like, she's going through it, but she puts up a facade as if she's not a facade, like as if she's not really going through anything. But you could tell, like, come on, I could peep the bullshit, you know, like she going, I would be going through it too. You know, my husband leaves, he has a whole new girlfriend. Now he got my kids. Like, I'd be going nuts. I really would. I wouldn't be airing it all out on YouTube the way she does, or bashing my husband on YouTube the way she does. But I would definitely I would definitely be going through it. So as a wife and a mom, I could relate with her in that way. But this is the thing, the energy you put out, and this is for all of us, not just her. The energy that you put out and I put out is the energy we're going to all receive. So if we put out negative energy, we're going to receive that in return, and it's going to show up in our life. The only difference with her is that her and some other people, they put it on YouTube, and so the whole world gets to see her life play out in front of her. And so, of course, you're going to have people who are going to judge. You're going to have people who are going to have their opinion. We all have right to our opinion. I've had people have their opinions about me, you know, with some videos I've made before. They didn't like make a whole video about me or nothing like that. I mean, if they did, I wouldn't give a shit. I just wouldn't watch it. But people always gonna have something to say, you know, even in real life, people always gonna have something to say. And you have to be willing to accept and understand that whatever energy you're putting out is what you're gonna get in return. So the thing about this woman that I really don't like is that she scams her subscribers, something I will never do to you guys, because I feel like, you know how I feel about you know, bullies, or, you know, people who take advantage of other people, people who try to hurt other people, people who don't have good intentions. As an empath, for me personally, it's hard for me not to speak up on it. But I take everything other people do as a lesson for myself. If I don't like somebody, if I don't like what they do, I take it as a lesson, as what not to do, the life not to live. The things I put out when I share my story, I share what I've gone through or what I'm going through or whatever it is. That's me telling you what not to do, what to avoid, what red flags you want to try to look out for. If we as women, and I'm only speaking for women, and men too, but I'm really only speaking for women. If we as women don't learn to own our own shit, then how are we ever gonna learn? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're married and you take part of the blame as to why your divorce is happening, I'm not saying you gotta go on YouTube or go out in the middle of the street and tell everyone why you were a horrible wife to your husband, but admit to yourself what made you not bad, but what made you be the one in the wrong? What flaws do you have? What is it about you that you can work on, that you will have to learn in order to have a healthy relationship in the future with somebody else? We have to own that. We have to own the fact that our husband isn't always the one in the fault. We have to own the fact that the father of our kids is not always the one at fault. Unless it's like some real serious situation, like he's like super abusive and you had no choice but to leave him. But I mean, this woman got her kids taken. I'm not judging her, but come on, like, she got her kids taken and now her husband has all of them. So they probably seen the video content she'd be putting down. That's probably why she lost custody of her kids. Because really, we know it's not that easy for a mother to lose custody of their kids, but for a father, it's easier for a father, I believe, than for a mother to lose custody. The mothers are always like the first one that the court will look to as to who the kid should stay with, unless the kid is old enough to choose and decide who they want to stay with for themselves. I feel like this woman specifically just she doesn't put out positive energy. And you could see it in her videos. You could see it in how she speaks, the arrogance. You could hear it in her voice. You could see it in how she treats the people who she is subscribed to her when she goes live. Like, you could just see it, you know, you could see it. And then there are people that will still follow her. Now, you guys know I don't talk about cults anymore, but you know that I have done a lot of extensive research on cults and the characteristics of somebody who would run a cult, and the characteristics of somebody who would join a cult. So this woman is very cult-like. She has very cult-like tendencies. She definitely fits the description of a narcissist. And no, I'm not trying to drag that word, because we know everybody thinks everyone's a narcissist, but she has her name called as a narcissist here on YouTube by other people who do watch her channel, who do react to her and the foolery that she puts out. And we know that cult leaders tend to have a narcissistic approach, and they tend to be narcissists. And she definitely gives Jim Jones type of vibes, and so do her followers. People will follow somebody who gives cult-like vibes because they will look up to them, or they feel like a sense of belonging. They feel like, I could relate to this person. I'm going through the same thing. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with following or watching someone's channel or taking somebody's advice who you feel like you could relate. I mean, people do it with me. It doesn't make us a cult. It's what you do in that time being. Is what you do with those people that are following you. How you treat them is what shows you that it's a cult. It's the control, it's the lies, it's the manipulation, all the things a narcissist would do. That's what happens in a cult, whether it's a church cult or a spiritual cult or a cult here on YouTube, a cult like following. It's about the control. It's about controlling. It's not about the heart. It's not about wanting to help people genuinely. It's not about wanting to share your experience because you want to help people, or you want to share your family life because you want to entertain people, because you want to put a smile on people's face. No, it is about control and getting what you want. And that's what this woman specifically does. She gets a lot of money. She gets donations. She gets a lot of cash apps, and it's not for anything specific. There's nothing she's doing to receive these things other than coming on her camera and just talking shit. Like, that's literally all she does. And as women, we need to own our shit. Like, we need to be able to tell one another, own your shit. There's this thing going around where women like to say, if you're not speaking positively on another woman, you're woman bashing, you're tearing a woman down. And this is a thing that's bullshit. I'm just going to call it bullshit right now. The reason I say that's bullshit is because just because you speak the truth and you're honest and you're calling somebody out on something that you and many other people know is wrong, because let me tell you, if a lot of people are talking about you and a lot of people are saying the same negative things about you, that means that maybe there has to be some sort of truth in there, especially if you're not a celebrity. You know, you're not important enough to the world for people to decide to just make up stuff about you. So a lot of things that people are going to say is going to be stuff that may just be accurate if that many people are saying that many negative things about you, especially if it matches up. It's all the same thing. So, shoot, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yes, the whole tearing women down. I noticed that a lot of women think that if you speak on another woman, you're tearing her down. A lot of people who do actually know me know I'm all about women empowerment. I'm all about women coming together, the whole kumbaya. Yes, that is definitely me. But even for my female friends, I will still tell you to your face if you're wrong on some shit. You know, I will tell you. And that's not me tearing you down. That's me telling you you're wrong and you need to be called out for it, because you need to learn. You need to learn your lessons. And it's not my choice. It's not up to me for you to learn. But if we're really going to be there for each other, help each other in some way, it's not always going to look pretty with rainbows and sprinkles and sparkle. Sometimes it's going to be me telling you you're being a bitch and you're messed up. You're a messed up individual. You're a real messed up individual. You don't have a good heart. And a lot of the stuff that's happening in your life is because of you. You literally have made the bed that you're laying in. So don't complain when you don't feel comfortable in the bed you're laying in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made it. And now you have to deal with what you made. We reap what we sow. And we've all been there. There's nothing wrong with admitting when we have to own up to something. I myself have made a bed that I did not like, and I needed to realize, like, you know what? I'm not right in this situation. Like, in this situation, I'm the one who's wrong. In this situation, I'm the one who needs to work on something. In this situation, I'm the one who needs to get it together. And some women just don't want to admit that to themselves, you know? So they'll get a divorce, they'll blame the husband. It's 100% his fault. 100%. I didn't do anything wrong. It was all his fault. Forget about the fact that you did A, B, C, and D, but 100% my husband's fault. They'll lose custody of their kids. Oh, it's 100%. It's 100% his fault. It's his fault that he actually got custody of my kids. 100%. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm the mother. I'm the mom. It's 100%. Oh, my boyfriend broke up with me. 100%. 100%. He broke up with me because he wanted to do his thing. It was 100%. Sometimes it's not 100%. A lot of the times, some of that percentage goes to you. But if you have other women around you who are constantly bigging you up, trying to tell you, girl, you're better off. Don't listen to those haters. Don't listen to this and that. Don't believe what people are saying. It's not because of you. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's them. It's them. It's them. Blame the world. Blame the world. Blame the world. Those are, you gotta really question those are your real friends, because sometimes you're in the wrong. Sometimes, like, nah, but that situation was a bit much. Like, you probably could have handled it a different way. You probably would have been better off handling it a different way if you had went about it differently. But that's not what women want to do. A lot of women want to kiss each other's ass. They feel like, you know, we're supposed to be here for each other. We got to all fight. Men ain't shit. That whole men ain't shit mentality. We got to fight against it. And this is why I want to speak about things like this on my other channel, because I don't want it to get confused with the stuff I actually talk about here. But this is a very important topic. It's an important lesson. And I think that we just need to start really learning to own our shit. Like, seriously, own your shit. And women like her, and I'm not judging, but this is just my honest opinion. Women like her who don't learn to own their shit will forever have unhealthy relationships. They will forever be stagnant in their growth. When it comes to healing, that healing will never happen. They will never heal from past traumas, because nobody, not even me, I am not per se I'm perfect, not even me, will ever be able to learn and grow if we don't own our shit and realize, like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's causing this to happen? How did I happen to cause this if I don't own my shit? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, yes, it could be the other person's fault. Sometimes a lot of situations that happen out of our control. But whatever energy you're putting out is the energy you're going to receive. So the energy you're putting out is negativity, you're going to get it back. If the energy you're putting out is, oh, I'm going to fool around with people, I'm going to fool around with my subscribers, I'm going to fool around with my followers, look at all the cults. How have they all ended up? I'm going to fool around with all the people that follow my cult. The church I used to go to was a cult. Look how that ended up. A lot of people leave. Then what happens? Somebody like me with a big mouth comes on YouTube and does videos. Now a bunch of people are like, oh, I'm going to leave the cult too. Oh, I'm not going to join it after all because I watched your video. See what happens when you put out that negativity, that toxic negative energy, and you don't go in it with pure intentions, with a good, pure heart, and you do things for money, you do things for self, you do things out of spite, you do things all centered around yourself and your arrogance. You're gonna receive it back, but you're not gonna like how it looks when it comes. You're not gonna like how it feels when it comes back to you. But if you do opposite, you put out positivity, you try to do things with a pure heart. As I always say on this channel, you know, if you leave religion, I mean, just try to be a good person, a beautiful person, a loving person, a forgiving person, an accepting person. Not accepting everything, but you have to accept that everybody's not going to think like you, believe like you, follow the same thing you follow, all of that. You have to accept that. And there are people like, oh, you can't, what's a good person? You have to be in church to be a good person. That's bullshit. You could be an amazing person, be better than the person who goes to church every Sunday. You do things with a good heart, with pure intention. It is not that difficult. So anyway, that was pretty much all that I really wanted to talk about. I hope that that's a lesson we all can carry with us. If you are interested in hearing more topics similar to this, topics that are a lot for women, topics relating to marriage, relationships, and all that stuff, make sure you go and check out my other channel. I'm Tina Marie J. And I hope to see you over there. I appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure that if you did like this video, hit that like button, press subscribe, and make sure that you do share. I'll appreciate it. I love you guys all so very much. Please stay safe, stay sanitized, and take care.